Some like 50 years. My great-grandfather is in the cemetery down here. He come from Newfoundland. Um, he was a surveyor, that he made his money, and a farmer. So the family's been here for quite a long time. There we are. ANZAC Day, a national day of commemoration observed on April 25th of each year. Remember those who died in New Zealand during the war, while honouring the return and current servicemen and women, past and present. The Gallipoli campaign in World War I, where Australian New Zealand Army Corps and ANZAC fought against the Turkish Empire, was significant for New Zealand in many ways. It was the first major campaign that New Zealand fought as a sovereign country. Many commenters suggest the birth of our nation. Young men and women answered to the call of their country and travelled halfway around the world to do what they thought was right. They soon realised it was no picnic, as we know of history. It turned into a desperate fight for their survival. Bound together by mateship camaraderie, born in the trenches, some had quoted that nearly 9,000 of serving Gallipoli campaign in February 15 to 1916, 9 out of every 10 servicemen was deployed was either killed, wounded, many dying of sickness. Despite hardships, the threat of being killed, New Zealanders distinguished themselves in such a battle for the summit of the Turks' Hill too. It looked over the peninsula, the place that you may have heard of. It is called Chunuk Bair, considering the vital ground for both sides. Once you controlled the Chunuk Bair, the summit, you controlled the peninsula. The New Zealand Wellington Infantry Regiment was one of the first battalions to attack the Turks for control of this position in 8th of August 1915. Wellington Battalion Commander refused to attack at daylight, having suffered too many casualties during the day. So he postponed the final attack to 3 a.m. next morning under cover of darkness. The 172 Wellington faced up against the tip of the Turkish forces with the numbers up to 10,000 men. It was a desperate sight, but the Kiwis took the summit. Why is this important to Rangi? Well, Private Charlie Goodwin, a sheriff from Rangiwahia district, was one of those men who took part in the assault on Chunuk Bair. Just a normal lad like you and me, we answered the call for his country. He joined the Wellington Infantry Regiment and sailed to war on troopship number 17 on February the 14th of February 1915, to a country he'd no doubt never heard of before. His last action would be at Chunuk Bair, where he died. His name is now etched in the Rangiwahia Memorial behind him. While New Zealanders took the summit that day, it was held from numerous counterattacks by the Turks. 900 British soldiers came to relieve them, but were pushed off by overwhelming odds. Charlie's body was never recovered, now lies in a halfway around the world. Charlie, like those men and women who have served in the wars that followed, served a higher purpose, and some like Charlie paid the ultimate price so that we could have a freedom we enjoy today. And we'll go on now. I just found one or two things here that remember the sacrifice, remember Charlie Goodwin and all those who have fought for what has given us, unless we forget. The armed forces have changed in the last 10, 20 years since Vietnam. I bought a book for $6 at the Taipei shop the other day, and it was quite interesting. A lot of the jobs that the New Zealanders do now is peacekeeping, and sometimes they aren't even armed. Angola, I read a piece about Angola. He was the only Kiwi in the camp, but there was a mix of other nations with them, and all they were trying to negotiate between each tribe, which was a lot of, as we have found, a lot of the trouble is the one tribe doesn't want to mix with the other one. Just a short note here. Since Vietnam, New Zealanders have served in such as Rhodesia, Namibia, Bosnia, Angola, Libya, Haiti, Mozambique, Sinai, Iraq, Afghanistan, to name a cross-section of where they've been. Whether it was 2 or 3 people or once in just above Australia, there was quite a swag of things. I'll have to leave you to it now. Thanks for listening.